There it is. You were a liar. Okay, it's time to get started. I'm going to need my panelists. So I need Darla and Layla and Logan and Derek. Are any of the boys coming up with you? Okay. Chris? Trying to hide behind Brad. That's funny. I will say it's a good fit. You as being as petite as you are and Brad as being as husky. Husky. All right, I got to look at my list. Wyatt, you're on my list, aren't you? Am I? Annika, you're on my list? No. I knew better than to ask you. Oh, it was nice. It's very affirming. I don't know what it is with my list. Lennon. Where's Lennon? There he is. You were trying to hide too. You were here the whole time. It's for you. Get this next to Layla and Logan. All right. I think that's all I had. If you are one on my list and you're hiding, please stand up and get up here. We'll add a chair. Okay. I think this is going to be entertaining. I did give copies of potential questions to the panelists ahead of time so that they should not be totally surprised. Did you know any of this? I'm just curious. Because Logan asked me, should this be a surprise? And I thought, thinking of Stacy, yes. Let's not tell Stacy what any of these questions are and such. Oh, good. Most of these questions are going to be pretty safe, I think. So our goal today in doing this, one is it's to enjoy a little bit in the sense of hearing what some of these offspring, all of them are offspring, I think, yes? Thank you for the laughter. And not everyone is a mother. Thank you. Okay. Good so far. But I think we got some fun. We'll have some fun with it. We're going to hear some things that I hope are also honoring and encouraging to moms, grandmothers, and can be even kind of inspiring to maybe other offspring, as well as even some ways that as husbands we can honor our spouses who are the mother of our children. Yes, you're not my mom, yeah, but guess what? They gave birth to your children, so you have a responsibility in that regard as well. Okay, so we're going to get started here with some questions. I would like to ask, and I might just kind of randomly as we go through here. I don't have all of these questions memorized. I wrote some of them, but not all of them. There's too many questions. We'll never get through all of them. But I would like to hear, first and foremost, Wyatt, do you know when your mom's birthday is?
September 17th.
What year? 85. Is that a guess? No, it's right. Oh, nice. Nailed it. Good work, Wyatt. That puts the pressure on Layla. Nice. We're getting ages of the moms is really what we're after here. Some of them didn't turn it in ahead of time, and so we're actually trying to do some home groundwork. Lennon?
Okay, I always forget. I think it's November 26th.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have been removed from the island.
I know the year.
What's the year? That's the important part. 1980, is that right? So do you like to associate with the Gen Xers or the millennials? Because that's the cutoff. Oh, right. I forgot about the mics. Microphones. You're in charge of this one. Not that you have to always use it, but between you and Darla. Layla, giving you this microphone. You can help control that one as well. And actually, Annika, I love where you're sitting, but can you sit where Layla was? I know it feels awkward, but it is what it is. Annika, do you know when your mom's birthday is?
September 22nd. I don't know what the year is.
Okay. You told her to keep quiet on that, didn't you? No. That's fine. Logan?
June 2nd. I don't know the year, though.
Huh. They probably intentionally kept that secret. You've taught him so well, Stacy, so well. All right, what about you, Chris? When's your mom's birthday?
My mom's birthday is October 11th, 1936, but she has passed away.
Okay, so we can't verify that. Okay, we'll take your word for it, though. You seem to be a trusting person. Darla?
November 11th, 1963.
Nice. And Derek.
I've been told it's sometime in the summer. And I'm not kidding. I don't know.
When's the last time you gave your mom a gift for her birthday? Ever?
My brother got her a card
That-
yesterday, and we all said, now you put it up at too high,
Yeah.
the bar.
Right. That's why you just get the
Yeah.
reusable
I'm gonna
card.
do that.
Incidentally, and I may share this next Sunday too, my daughter came up to me after the service and about that whole card thing. And she said, "Dad, would you use that for a funeral?" Ooh, good one. Probably not. Probably not. Okay. She caught me. Okay. Question. Where would I lost my spot? Hold on. Okay. What is your mom really good at, Annika?
Making me laugh.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Logan? Cooking? Okay. What's your favorite thing that she cooks?
Probably her mac and cheese.
Okay. Not from Kraft Box, but from
Homemade.
homemade. Okay. Lennon? What's your favorite?
She probably does the best at cooking.
Cooking? Okay. So cooking, make me laugh. Layla, you're up.
Cooking.
Wow, we got some good cooks. I think what we need to do is create some form of a cooking team that can kind of work together, except for Annie. You a bad cook? Oh, okay. All right. Wyatt, what's your mom really good at?
Biking?
Biking. Interesting. Is she better than your dad?
Yes.
Nice.
Actually, no.
Too late.
My dad jumped a curve and she fell off.
Here's the difference is your dad probably didn't do that on purpose.
He did it on purpose.
Oh, okay. Chris, what was your mom really good at?
She was good at sewing.
Okay. Darla?
Listening.
Listening?
She's a good listener.
Okay. Derek? Don't say summer again.
I was going to say probably something in the summer. I love how she spends time with all of the grandkids, my kids and everybody else. Her house is and her yard is cluttered with pools and mini bikes and four-wheelers and all this stuff I never had as a kid. But I love it because she's out there with them too, experiencing all of that, having fun, sleepovers in the camper, all this stuff, just active. And I love that.
That's neat. Layla, what would you title your mom's autobiography?
Oh, I haven't thought about this one. Can we go to the next person?
We can, but I'm going to come back to you to answer
Yeah,
that
okay.
one. Are you good with that? All right, Logan, another question. It's a different question. If you could thank your mom for one thing right now, what would it be?
Giving me life.
She gave it to you. She can take it away. All right, Annika, if you were stuck on a deserted island and you could only have one other person, who would you choose? Mom, grandma, sister, or aunt? And you don't have to say mom because she's here.
Mom,
Why?
because I don't have a sister and my grandma.
Fair enough. I thought of that after I asked it. And your grandma what?
And my grandma, I don't think she could make it very long.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So you have companionship a little bit longer this way. Good. I appreciate the honesty. That's wonderful. Okay. Wyatt, what's the best memory that you have of your mom?
Camping.
Camping. Okay. And why do you say camping? What is it about camping you like?
I just get to be outside,
Okay.
play with friends.
Nice. Very nice. We're going to go to some adults here. You still working on that, Layla, or you got something?
I got it.
You got it. All right, go back to Layla.
How to live a faithful life.
Oh, that's a good answer. All right, Derek, this question is for you. What amazes you about how the mother of your children, that would be Krista, serves the family? Now, this isn't a funny time.
For the record, we didn't know that the 35 questions, we had to be prepared to answer all of them. I
Yeah.
wrote down about 4 of
I
them.
know. I kind of changed that just now.
Yeah, thank you.
It wasn't part of the plan.
One of the things I wrote down about my wife is that what amazes me is she keeps me in check. Not like the idea of, we did that marriage class or with the video lesson thing about 2 years ago. We had a lesson thing with that. And even before that, the idea that God's in charge, and then it's your relationship with your spouse that's connected to God, and then your children underneath. And so she keeps me in check there when I want to go off and make decisions on my own and that kind of thing. And the idea that she brings up with me that we need to be a unified front, always, and then bring that to the kids. And so she's been very good about that in a loving way, sometimes in a way that I need differently than that, but to make sure that
You need a hate
that our relationship is strong so that our kids' relationships with us and with God can be strong.
Nice. Very good. Good work, Krista. Good work. Darla, what do you need your boys to know?
You know, I looked at these questions and I wrote stuff down because I don't know how any mom can go through some of these questions that you're going to ask us here tonight.
Well,
but
maybe not get to all of them, so you'll be okay.
The first thing that popped in my head about what I want my children to know is that I'm not perfect as much as I might think I am, and that no matter what they say or what they do, they are loved more than anything. Gosh, see, it already started.
That's
I was
okay.
hoping I'd get through it.
That's
First
fine. You
question
define
right
it.
to me.
If you get to a point, just pass the microphone
To Chris.
and say to Chris, what do you think? Chris,
Yes.
what advice could you give other moms?
That each of your children are different and unique the way God made them, and don't put them all in the same mold. For example, we have 3 children, and I will say one runs with the scissors, one looks at the scissors, and one says, we have scissors.
So
All
true.
different.
Well spoken. Lennon, what is the best gift that your mother has ever given you, and you can't say life?
Well, at the moment of when I got it was probably just like fossil kit.
Nice. And then next year it'll be something else because mom
Yeah.
just keeps on giving. Nice. I like that. So I'd like to know more about this fossil kit. What's in it?
Well, there's like these like a few like squares, cubes to mine for fossils, and so there's like clams in one. There was like dinosaur bones in one. Some other stuff, fish fossils, and when I was digging on the clam one, I luckily got 2. There was some other, I got like a Mosasaurus tooth.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really
This
cool.
is the real deal. I can see why you picked that one. Annika, what is the most embarrassing thing your mom has ever done?
Called my little brother Booby.
Yeah, we can justify that how you want, but that's not coming back. Thank you, both of you, for that. Layla, let me rephrase the question. What's the funniest thing your mom has ever done?
I don't know. Probably like how she sings when she gets really frustrated. That's pretty funny.
That's better than other things, isn't it? Okay, next question. We're going to go with Darla on this one. What's the best thing about being a mom?
Is this in here? I'm trying to think. I wrote, I love everything about being a mother. It's my most rewarding yet hardest job I've ever done. I love watching my boys succeed. I love when they feel comfortable enough to come talk to me about anything, even if those things are hard to hear sometimes. So I love everything about being a mom.
Wyatt, this is for you. When's the last time you got in trouble with your mom, and why?
What? I didn't hear the question.
When was the last time that you got in trouble from your mom? Like when your mom was mad at you, what did you do?
Ran away.
You
I ran away.
Where did she find you?
Downstairs.
Okay,
Playing
good.
on my
At least you
Switch.
didn't go far. I'd like to run away and play the Switch sometimes. That'd be okay. All right, where we at? Logan, you look like you're due for a question. All right. Find a good one for Logan. What 3 words would best describe your mom?
Loving, caring, and compassionate.
Okay. Wow, you're really soaking it up today. Good work, Stacy. All right, Lennon, you ready for this one? Okay. I want to know from you what you feel like your mom needs to hear from you. You need more time to think about it?
Yeah.
Okay, you keep thinking. I'll come back to you just like I did Layla. All right, Layla, you're up. When have you watched your mother struggle the most, and how did she get through it?
Yesterday.
Every day they struggle, especially yesterday's.
Yesterday we were on the boat and my dad accidentally hit the gas and my mom was standing up and she flew to the back and she hit her knee and she just stood there and she was like, I hit my knee. And then she sat down and she was fine, but that's how she got through it.
Good. Thank you, Layla. That's a good answer. All right, Chris, your turn. I would ask, and if I ask the same question again, I apologize and just tell me you've already asked that question. What's the best, I didn't even ask you this, what's your favorite memory of being a grandmother? Have I? Okay, let's ask that one. What is your favorite memory of being a grandmother?
Our daughter has 2 children, and being able to watch the birth of my first grandchild.
Hard to top that one.
I know. I've given birth myself, but after
Yep.
the room when my daughter gave birth.
There's nothing wrong with crying, and if I was a better person, I would have had tissues for you.
We got
Oh, good. I got a card. It's in my office. All right, where are we at? Darla? We're ready for Darla here. Have you got one yet, Lennon? All right, go ahead, Lennon.
So when my mom was getting blood drawn, I was like, even though it wasn't really bad, I was like worrying so bad. I might have told her this, but I don't know if I did. And I was just like, please stop. And it just scared me.
Thank you, Lennon. All right, Darla, I'm going to ask you, how did your mother, I don't know if this is in here, this is a new one, so you got to think of this.
I gotta think on the fly.
That's fine.
Okay, I can do it.
How did your mother help influence you in your motherhood?
Oh, gosh. I mean, really everything. I'm glad Derek isn't blocking my mother right now, so I don't have to look at her. I know I was one of her most difficult children, and out of the 4 of us, and being a mother And then I don't think my children are as bad as me quite yet. But I mean, just everything that she did as she put up with me, and I don't know, everything, Ryan. I don't know how else to answer that.
Okay.
So that's
All right. Chris, how about you? Same question?
Say the question.
The question is, how did your mother influence your mothering or your motherhood?
One thing that, as looking back, I would not say that I thought this through until I see it, the pattern. Growing up as a kid, it was just a given that we would say, "Good night, Mom, love you." And so that was always just naturally transferred to my children, that we always say it, and even now when we talk on the phone, it's always, "Good night, I love you," or "Goodbye, I love you." So if I accidentally say that when I'm talking to you on the phone, it just happens. But so not everybody naturally, in family dynamics, I've noticed, naturally says, "I love you." But our family has been able to, it's through the generations, I'm able to, did that with my children and with my grandchildren.
Okay. Okay. Wyatt, what are you most proud of about your mom? Like if you were to say, "Mom, I'm proud of you," why would you say that?
Because she's a good mom.
Okay. So you're proud that she's a good mom. Good.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to ask all the young people the same question, so be on your toes and be thinking. Layla, you're not next.
I'm proud that she was able to deal with all of us, like all the kids at the same time.
It's really remarkable, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm proud that she doesn't lose her temper straight away.
Takes you a little bit first. How far can you push her before she really flips? Sorry. Thank you, Annie, for sharing her. Thank you. Lennon, what would you say you're proud of for your mom?
I'm proud that she probably same with, forgot her name. Whoever your name is. Okay, same as her.
Ditto to Layla. Good. Good. All right, Logan, you're up.
I also have the same thing as Layla, just with us having 7 kids and all throwing balls around in the house and wrestling and breaking stuff.
I was just telling someone, I don't remember who it was now, this morning I think, in fact, I had 2 brothers, and so we were all 3 wrestlers, and so Mom would just cringe when we were all coming home from college, because we would wrestle in the living room and break things.
See, I have 2 brothers, and we'd wrestle, and then we'd like throw balls at each other.
Let's be honest here now, are you in a position where you can handle yourself against them?
Kind of.
Okay. It's a work in progress. Okay. All right, starting with you, Logan, I'm giving the parents a break here now. So we're going to go back, all the kids again. You ready for this? Not that you're not all offspring. We already talked about that. Here's the next question. What would you like to teach your mom? Like, what does your mom need to be taught?
How to use a baitcaster.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Not so good? Backlash?
Yeah. She always uses mine, and then they're like, got a little bit of
and
backlash.
And then it's like, "Mom, I like being with you, but I'd rather you not handle my fishing gear." Right. I hear you. That's fair. All right, Lennon, you're up. What do you feel like you need to teach your mom?
Well, whenever I have my game on, she gets mad at me because it's too high, the volume, so I want to teach her to let me have my volume up more.
Yeah. Teach her how to use earmuffs.
Yeah.
I think that's on her. Totally. Thank you, Lennon. Annika.
Probably to cook.
Nice. Wow, I want to thank Lane, wherever he ended up being, for allowing Annika, because I didn't consult you on this at all, but this has been a highlight.
I consulted her.
Oh, fair enough. That's great. Thank you. Good. Layla, what do you feel like you need to teach your mom?
How to not be embarrassing all the time.
Oh, I think we need some examples.
About 5 minutes ago, when she yelled in front of everyone.
I missed that. Like that? Yeah. Okay. All right, Wyatt.
That she can't always win games, and she's not always right.
Okay. Good luck supporting that. Good luck supporting
Hey,
that.
my dad agrees with me.
No, he doesn't. But yeah, I know. We are recording it though. Right. It's okay. I'm glad you have it recorded. That's fine just as well.
He says she's too competitive.
Yeah. I think most moms are. That's why Sarah and I stopped playing games together. It's all on her. Okay. She's not here either. And she won't know that this was recorded. Yeah, well. Okay, let's get into some other things. What has, and this goes for all of you on the panel, what has your mother done that has helped to develop your faith? How have your moms helped generate faith in you? Anyone can answer at this point.
She comes to church.
Okay, she comes to church and is bringing you to church. Good, thank you, Wyatt.
She brings our whole family to church.
Okay, so that's a priority. Nice work, thank you.
Saw me grab the microphone, so we stopped talking. All right. Let's see. When I was a kid, my mom would send us to summer camps a lot. Probably too much. Now I'm questioning that. But yeah, going there and having this time with, we're independents, but with God. So Big Sandy I went to, and went to a few other ones in the area, the Christian camps, and I think that was a big influence on me too. Something like that.
Nice.
Me accept Christ into my life. We were just sitting there, and she had an illustration and everything. She drew it all out and explained it to me. So
Cool. Layla?
She always encouraged me to go to church and to go to camp.
Okay. Darla, Chris?
Repeat the question.
Yeah, so the question is, what did your mom do that helped to develop or influence your faith?
So I didn't get to meet my grandmother, but my mom's mom, from what I've heard, was very strong in her faith. She read her Bible. She attended this church. And my mom is also very, reads her Bible every day. I'd see her journal, and even to this day, she still does that. I can't say that I do it all the time, but I feel like that definitely influenced me as a young mom, young person, and it's how, and coming to church, just like you guys kids said as well.
As for me, my mom did the best she could with what she had, but we were not, per se, church people. So I'll just say on Wednesday nights we did go and do some catechism, stuff like that, but other than that, that's the most faith I had as a child.
Probably praying with me every night.
And that was one of my other questions too, in the sense of how, and this can be for all, how have you, and it go either way, you can answer it however you want to, when it comes to, for the adults, either how you interacted with your own mothers, or how, for Derek, how you've witnessed the mother of your children with her kids, with your kids. Darla, you can go either way in that one as well. But for you guys, looking at your mom, how have your mothers helped you with your relationship with the Lord? I understand some of what you said as far as, increasing the faith, but specifically the prayer aspect. Does your mom pray for you? Have they taught you to pray? How has prayer infiltrated in the midst of this family relationship? Does that make sense? Is that enough details to answer those questions? Okay. Whoever wants to answer, I want the whole panel.
she bought me my first Bible and devotional books and taught me how to pray.
Probably buying me devotional books.
Probably the same as Annika and Logan.
Okay.
She used to pray with me a lot when I was little, I think, and she also, when I asked, would buy me devotional books.
She helps me with a lot of this stuff. She she teaches me some of the stories and how.
For me, I broke the cycle, per se, of my family. So coming to this church, we had tried a different church and things like that before this, but this church, seeing something different than what I had grown up with, and that there's a different view of how to view things, and so I was able to pass that on to my kids.
And I think for me, I think when situations come about that might be difficult or hard, I try to remind my boys to pray and to think about, the what would Jesus do? That stuck with me since I was a kid, and so I feel like that would be
Okay.
I guess, let's see, to add a little bit of a different spin. My own mother, growing up, was very involved with our faith, with our church and the non-denominational church in Brainerd, one of them anyway. And so one thing that recently, a few years ago, when our kids were very little, that she got, and then we have also gotten one now, and as a family, my wife and I have used it, and I'm not going to say it's the best, but it's kind of an interesting idea, a little prayer cube. We have one of these on our table, and it has about 6 different prayers on it. But so we started off with that when they're very little and are still developing their ideas, and then now we're starting to encourage them to be more organic and have the conversational prayer that we want them to have as adults. But it was a good starting point to get into the routine of knowing that we can talk to our Lord. And so we use it pretty much at every meal time, and that was influenced by my mom, and now our family has used one. Eventually, they'll grow out of it, but I've liked that as a starting point for them to be able to say, oh, I should be talking to Jesus on a daily level. And so I've liked that aspect of prayer.
Neat. Very neat. Looking at the time, we have a little more time for a couple more questions, and then we're going to do something kind of to wrap up here at the end. So what is we're shifting gears here a little bit. What is a phrase that your mother always says?
Anybody?
Anyone.
Oh, good.
And Derek, you have the luxury of not only your mom, but also Krista.
It's true, but my mom's not here.
Right.
She said she was busy.
Yeah.
So one thing that I think is funny is the way that mothers dote on their children when they are hurt or, that kind of thing with their boo-boos, all that kind of stuff, right? So my own mother, when any of us fell down, she would just simply say, with the kindness of her heart, what did you do that for? So that's kind of the catchphrase.
Good. That explains a lot in your life,
Yeah.
Derek. Thank you. Lennon.
I would probably say whenever she doesn't do it that much anymore, but when I say, what time is it, she always says, it's time to get a watch.
Good. Come.
My mom doesn't have a phrase.
You have to say it again, I missed it.
She doesn't have a phrase.
She doesn't have a phrase? That's impossible. All mothers have a phrase. Sarah's got like a dozen of them.
my siblings would agree that if it was meant to be, it will be.
Okay.
The infamous.
Well, my mother's phrase was, what's the matter with you? When us kids would do something, what's the matter with you?
My mom used to walk in the door and she'd go, hello, family, and then we'd all say it back.
This is one of the many, but probably mind your own bobber.
Mind your own body. That's a good one. I like that. Yeah. Wyatt?
Mind your business. Don't worry about Chloe.
Is that true, Chloe?
Even though
Is that
she
true?
annoys me a lot.
No, that's not possible. Sometimes that's true. Okay. Here's what I think I want to do. We got about 5 minutes left. We got a little bit of a taste for kind of some of the things that moms do, but I think it would only be wise to conclude with a gathering of prayer for the mothers. Not only currently, but the influence that past mothers have had in our lives. Though they may not be here any longer, as Chris shared, they still have that influence. And some of it may not be all of that guiding towards faith, but yet it still had an influence in piecing together of who we became and how we are and such. So I think what I would like us to do, and I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants here, if your mom is out here, would you go over by your mom? And if your spouse is here, that's you, Derek. If your spouse is here and kids, I want you to gather around, pray for the moms in the room. Does that make sense? So I want you to gather around the moms. So if your mom is here, gather around your mom. If your mom is not here, allow either your spouse to be there and pray over you and with you. We'll all pray together at the same time. If I'm trying to think if there's any other ways to leave someone out in that regards. But we want to just gather together and be praying for moms. So make sure that as kind of look around if there's any moms that want to gather with another group that we have been praying for them as well. Does that work? Is that clear enough? Okay, so Brad, you're going to be praying for Chris is the idea of this, okay? Just wanted to get clear. Saying, I don't understand what you're saying. I know. I don't know if I'm being clear or not.